Come on. All right. Welcome to our last installment of using one of the ratios of trigonometry to find the missing side. Now, obviously, here we're going to be using sine to find the missing side. The reason I'm showing you is that there's two ways to manipulate the formula for sine. Um, for us to calculate what we need, I've made sure that I have my trusty calculator that we've all been using. So before we get started, if you remember, the ratio for sine set as so is sine equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Okay, so first let's label the sides. Obviously, if this is our angle we're going to be using, this side that we need to know becomes the opposite, and we know that the longest side, always of a triangle, is the hypotenuse. So, folding it in, or putting in the numbers, it's the sine of 36 equals the opposite over 30. So how do we do this? Well, this can't switch sides, but what is the opposite of what's being asked here? It's asking for the top number to be divided by the bottom. Well, the opposite of divide is multiply. So if we go 30 times the sine of 36, we're going to get the opposite side length. Back to our trusty calculator, I'll just bring it a little closer. Hopefully you can see it there, so we'll clear this. So 30 times the sine of 36, close bracket, equals 17.63. So 17.63. So it's going to be either 17.6 or 18 would be your acceptable answer. All right. Now that's how we figure out the missing side using so if we don't know the opposite side. Well, that looks a little different too. What if we need to find the hypotenuse? All right, well, let's clear off our calculator. Once again, our acronym SO tells us what our ratio is, which is sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. All right, and we know what we need. Okay, we know our angle is 40. This side is opposite to it. That we have, but we don't know what the hypotenuse is. So, let's do it. Let's plug in the numbers. It's the sine of 40 equals 20 over the height. Okay? Well, now in this one, when we need to figure this out, these two can switch spots so that the height for hypotenuse would equal 20 divided by the sine of 40. Well, if we plug those in now, watching the calculator how we do it this way, we go 20 divided by the sine of 40, and we get that the height equals 31.11 or equals 31. And that's it for using the same ratio, the sine ratio, but doing the two different things where one we know the opposite side and one we know the hypotenuse. Make sure you use these. If you have any questions, please contact me. You can ask other your peers. I will take the time to sit down and go through this with you to make sure you have it done. Hope this is helpful.